in the Rivers unit. He and a team of 14 COs attempt to keep the inmates in line.
You're probably one of the worst ones here right now.
Seriously?
Out of 80 guys, yes. It is tough because you want to help them, but it all depends if they want to get helped.
Despite their crisp uniforms, these inmates rebel at every opportunity.
Selfishness and self-centeredness is the biggest problem that we have with these guys. Trying to deal with it and trying to fix it at this age is tough because they continue the same behaviors.
One inmate in particular has a history of being a troublemaker. 22-year-old Anthony Klein.
When I saw Offender Klein come into the program, just his kind of cocky nature that he has, the way he carries himself, the way that he thinks he's all that, I kind of knew that there was going to be issues with him.
Never thought I'd end up here. The day I came, I was like, man, I'm here.
Klein, like many Rivers inmates, landed in prison because of drug addiction.
I was doing marijuana, started doing meth, ecstasy, drinking, violated my probation there, got away with it. The drugs is, it's no excuse, but that's what really got me on the road to coming here,
After he beat someone up, a judge sentenced him to a year in prison. But because of his youth, the judge also gave Klein a way out. The Rivers program.
Klein, yep. Lloyd.
If I complete the Rivers, I only got to do 4 months, 18 days, which is really that's a good chance for me.
But with 4 weeks to go, Klein is just 2 disciplinary reports away from being kicked out of the program. And the Rivers COs are sticklers for the rules. 6 times a day, they physically account for each Rivers inmate. It's critical that the inmates be awake and in full uniform.
50 push-ups apiece after dinner.
But CO Jeffrey Cook catches Klein and his cellmate asleep.
Did you wake us up?
My job's not to wake you up.
Huh?
It's not my job to wake you up.
I gave 5 again, man.
It's your job to be up. You guys know better. Come on. Why do you think you guys... What happened?
Fell asleep, man. Fell asleep. Act like it's a crime to fall asleep.
I didn't say it was a crime, but it's against the rules, Mr. Klein, and you know better.
Not against the rules, sleep. We sleep during count every day.
The situation quickly escalates.
It would be virtually impossible for you to sleep through every count.
You call me a liar?
No, I'm not calling you a liar.
Well, I sleep through count every day.
Mr. Klein, I need to warn you on that, okay? All right.
Yep.
Klein backs down. But if he messes up again, the COs will come down hard. One more mistake could cost him the next year of his life. Thomas Boggs entered Iowa's only prison for young men just a few hours ago. And already, the inmates inside torment him. He hopes they'll stop once he gets rid of his orange jumpsuit. It screams he's new. He gets 3 changes of clothes, 1 pair of shoes, and his new identity, a number.
Put the numbers right under your chin.
But in the yard, the taunting is worse than ever. At Fort Dodge Prison, the yard is the harshest proving ground. Inmates group together based on race and gang affiliations. The only way a new inmate can stay safe is within a group. But to earn acceptance, he must show physical strength. Thomas Boggs has one chance to impress the groups.
I can do 240 one way.
Are you kidding me?
But all he does is draw unwanted attention.
What do you weigh? You can weigh about what? 210? You weigh 220.
Damn near killed him.
When other young inmates face heckling, they fight back. They're desperate to impress the groups and prove they're tough. But Boggs doesn't see the point.
That is senseless. All fighting does in here is make your time worse, but it's not like I'm not going to defend myself, but if I'm given a choice, I'd rather not.
22-year-old Cameron Dodd understands the power of fighting. He worked his way up the prison hierarchy.
It's a lot different here than it is in the world. You got to handle situations a lot different.
Dodd is a loyal Crip, serving 10 years for attempting to recruit gang members. Other inmates respect Dodd because he fights like a prison veteran, behind closed doors.
I'm not gonna hit you out here in the yard or in front of the desk or in front of any COs, you know what I'm saying? I wait till, if this is going down, if I feel I'm through that threshold, I'm waiting till you go to lock down tonight. I'm finna go into your cell. If I got to, I'll close the door and lock myself in the cell with you.
Dodd's tough reputation earned him a powerful position. He helps run the Crips' lucrative black market, called The Hustle. And the youngest inmates are his best customers.
New people who come in are the biggest profit on the camp because they don't have their money here yet. There's all different reasons why. It's a big thing with the kids who come in. They always want something.
The two things they want most are tobacco and coffee. Anything for a buzz.
Trying to take care of any situation.
And Dodd is a master at providing the goods.
It's cool. Yeah, I got you. Don't even worry about it.
His team of lower-ranking inmates, both black and white, do his dirty work. They deliver messages and carry contraband. Dodd closes the deals, but never gets his hands dirty.
Don't worry about our feet. Don't worry about it. Look, if I go up here, watch. Can I buy a battery from you?
If COs bust them, a lower-ranking inmate goes to segregation instead of Dodd, and Dodd keeps bringing in money for the gang. But in this young men's prison, someone else always wants to be on top. And even Dodd's carefully laid plans may not keep him safe. Anthony Klein could walk out of this tough prison in 3 weeks. But one more mistake could keep him here for a full year. He resents Rivers' strict regimen more each day and refuses to follow one important rule: no smoking. Rivers forbids tobacco and coffee to help recovering drug addicts like Klein. The goal? Teach self-control and curb addiction of any kind. But the inmates risk everything for a buzz. Inmates constantly get kicked out for smoking. But Klein's friends have a fresh stash of tobacco, and he bends to the peer pressure.
Roll it up, brother. Switch that.
They don't have cigarette paper, so they roll the tobacco using mailing envelopes.
You gonna smoke? You got foil? You gonna smoke, Lloyd?
For a lighter, they heat foil with a battery. Then ignite a tulip, a rolled up piece of